this is an overview of file management when we're looking at this in terms of computer science and I suppose you'd say digital literacy. Particularly, this is aimed at Key Stage 3. So this is just a brief overview of the sorts of things that we'd like you to be becoming familiar with, really. So as you can see here, in terms of objectives, we'd like you to be able to navigate OneDrive and to make some folders. We'd like you to understand the following file formats and also the difference between them. So we're looking at text, images, a word processed file, an MP3 file, and a spreadsheet file. We'd also then like you to digitally manipulate the file formats, which are outlined here, in particular a spreadsheet, and to be able to copy them, edit them potentially, play them within your browser window within OneDrive. So it's, as I say, it's file management and it's digital literacy. So the first thing is that we have OneDrive and making some folders, and you'll see here if I move to here now, which is my my computer science folder. So here is a series of folders that I've made based upon as if I was a student, and you can see I've got here art and English, geography, history, maths, and computer science. The rest of them are empty. But if I was to go back to the computer science one, you'll see that it contains a number of files. Okay, how did I do that? Let's have a look. So essentially, in order to copy my files into my folder, what I need to do is go into my file management folder, which is on it's just off my desktop, in fact. So essentially all I did is I took these files, and you can see there are 5 of them, and I dragged them over to here. In fact, you know what, let's do one now. Let's just do this one now. So I'll take the text file here, make sure behind it I can see the actual browser window. I was going to drop it over into there. It's already in there, and you can see it'll go in, and it's identified the fact that it's already in there, and it says, do you want to keep both? Do you want to replace one? Okay, let's keep both. So now I've got Stormzy Audacity lyrics text.txt, and I've also got Stormzy Audacity lyrics text, and then it's a 1, which basically indicates that it's a copy of this file. Okay, so it's a super easy. You go into the folder that you need to go into, and you drag it over into the browser window, essentially. Okay, so that's the first thing. I also want you to be able to understand the text files. So if I was to look at this particular text file, which is, well, we just copied it over, but let's go for the original. So here we'll see it'll open up, and we can see it's within the browser. It's reproducing a text file which is done in Notepad, and I can prove this to you because here is my Notepad version of it. There you go. Okay, so they're the same. And you can see there it's got some kind of adapted tracks from Audacity, which is a Stormzy track, which I'm no doubt you are familiar with. Okay, so what I'd like you to do is to be able to open this and to understand that it's a very basic file format, and it's in Notepad, and essentially it's one of the cleanest file formats you can get. There's no extraneous detail in Notepad. It's super simple and super easy. I love it. I program in it. I do HTML in it. It's a really simple, often overlooked program. So it's just really to understand that Notepad is something you can basically type text into. It's not very good at formatting. It's not, it can't handle images or sound, but it's very good for basic text. So the second one, talking of images, here's a image of Stormzy in his Banksy vest. It's either Glastonbury or the Bits. I'm not sure which one, I can't remember. That's also in there, and you'll see it's been nicely labeled. So Stormzy Banksy vest. So as I click on that within my my browser window, then it would come up. And in fact, I can go back and forth to the different files that were in there. So there's my Stormzy Audacity track that I've just shown you the text file, and here is the one of him in the Banksy vest. Okay. So again, the main aim is that you understand that this is an image that's different in file format. It's a JPEG image, and it's fundamentally different to the text file that came before it. Okay. The third one is a word processed file. Now, the reason why the word processed file is interesting is because it combines both the text that was in the original Notepad document, and it combines the image too. And as you can see, let me just close that window there. I've colored the different text. I've used different fonts. So this is Aharoni, and this is below is, I think, is a different one. It's Botanic Bold, size 18. It's kind of a medium green. This is a fairly dark blue, 14 size. You can see also I've embedded the picture within this, and I've done text wrapping around the picture. And at the end, the bit where he's rapping about Banksy, basically, I've made it go slightly darker red. So you can see that the word process file has a tangible difference to the text file, and it can combine the image file as well. So it's quite cool. Okay. Next bit, MP3. So the MP3 is Stormzy Audacity MP3, which I recorded of myself. This is stunningly impressive, as I'm sure you can imagine. So the MP3 file is, there we go, it's there, labeled MP3 with .mp3 at the end, which is a file format. I didn't say this yet, but the file format of the Notepad text document is .txt. The file format of the word process document is, it's an Office file, so it's docx. Okay, so Word. The image, as I said before, is .jpeg, and now we're looking at .mp3. So if I go to .mp3 here, you'll see. I know you're going to find this stunning.
Oh man, the audacity!
Wow.
Oh man, the audacity! Oh, it's a catastrophe. I changed the game drastically.
I mean, yeah, I know what you're thinking. It's stunning, and I should be on YouTube. Sadly, this video is not about that, but essentially the aim for you to understand here is that this is a sound file, which again is fundamentally different. I mean, you know, I'm reading these words, but I'm recording it in as a sound wave, as an analog sound wave recorded digitally, and then bumped through a bit of binary encoding, and then comes out via the speaker in an analog format again. So it's an MP3. It's very different to the word and the image and the text files that came before it. Finally, we're looking at this spreadsheet. Now the spreadsheet is here, and it's an interesting one. This is a really, really quick middle of June snapshot of the top 10, well, in fact, the top 1,000 artists within Spotify ever. And you can see Drake, clear winner. Ed Sheeran, actually quite a few behind him. And there's a bit of a tussle between Ariana Grande, Bad Bunny, don't know who that is, Post Malone, think I heard of them, The Weeknd, I know them, and Eminem. They're all kind of vying there in the kind of mid-20s, Justin Bieber too. And then below them, you know, you drop into people below 20 million. And it's quite interesting, actually, this data. And I've also put it in as a top 10. So you've just got the top 10 as well. You can do some quite interesting stuff to this, and you can sort it and do various things to it. So if I went to, let's say, I went to artist name and wanted to sort and filter it, I could do some sort of sending on it, and it would ask me, do you want to just sort it? And I could just sort it there. And it would show me basically Ariana Grande at the top. But then, of course, it'd be wrong because Ariana Grande hasn't got 38 million. So if I'd go to sort again and go to sort ascending, let's say, and expand and sort, then it would actually do it the correct way, where still we got Drake at 38 million, but now because it's alphabetically organized from A to Z, then Ariana Grande is there. We can see Ariana Grande is top of the list there, even though she's only at number 3 on the list. She's still doing pretty healthily, of course, still doing quite well. So the aim of this particular thing is that you understand how a spreadsheet file is fundamentally different to those that came before them, and that you're able to open it and to see it. Interestingly as well, notice the file extension after the full stop, after the period, there is .xlxx, which is an Excel file format, which you'd expect because we're in OneDrive, so we're using Office 365 and so on. And so this is this file there, just so you're aware. Okay. I think we're pretty good now with this. I think we've got to pretty much most of what we're aiming for. Within the lesson, we're going to do an awful lot more in terms of manipulating the spreadsheet. But what I wanted you to do is to be able to navigate OneDrive and make some folders, to understand these file formats and the differences between them. But as well as the understanding, is to be able to digitally get a hold of them, change them, manipulate them, edit them, and so on. That's the aim of this short session. So I hope that was of use to you, and I'll see you in the future. Thank you.